Welcome, friends, to Tao Yoga with Loren at Yoga Studio 9. And today we're going to go over the 6 Healing Sounds Immunity Qigong, which is the first actual formula, you could say, yogic practice that I learned directly from Taoist Master Montauk Chia, as in person. I had learned many from his books and many of his teachers, but when I went to train with him personally for the first time, this is what he taught us. And for the first few moments, I was like, man, this is so simple. I paid all this money for this workshop, whatever. Basically, all it is, just to tell you, is it's AcuTapping. There's acupuncture, there's acupressure, then there's AcuTapping. And we're tapping the 5 major organs with the 6 healing sounds. So like the lungs, for example, if you just knew one, as I mentioned on the 6 healing sounds video, shaking video, where you tap, if you're just going to do one 6 healing sound, you do the lung, because that's the organ with the most direct connection to the external world, and thus the strongest role that it plays in detoxification. It's also linked with the large intestine in Chinese medicine, other major organ of detoxification. But bottom line, you're tapping the lungs, and you would do the lung sound, which is just an S. And we were doing this like all day for a week. You'd spend a half hour on the lungs. We're not going to do that today. We're going to kind of a little more condensed version. Then you do the kidneys. Then you do the liver. Same order as we do the 6 healing sounds creation cycle. And I was all like, okay, this is ridiculous. I'm raw vegan. I'm as healthy as they get. And on and on and on. I was peeing brown, okay? How much this detoxifies you. And it activates your immunity, as the name Immunity Qigong implies. And it's also just one last little contextual soundbite on why we're tapping our body is this comes from martial yoga and martial qigong. I mean, this is all Taoist yoga, so qigong, tai chi, it's all yoga, but specifically martial qigong, because when you tap yourself, it comes from the iron shirt practices, which we'll get into as well on this channel. It's like any other fitness where you're generating, a gentle stress on the body, but then it gets stronger through time. When you tap yourself, it builds up the organ physically. It makes it stronger. Energetically, you could even say vibrationally, because each time you're tapping, that's a vibration. And in terms of our intention here, which is immunity, unhealthy cells can't handle that. They can't. So you beat the heck out of the organ, and you do it to your level of comfort, obviously. And it's always the spirit of your intention of healing versus hurting yourself. The unhealthy cells are going to clear out. That's why I was peeing brown. As clean, squeaky clean as my system, was and is, with as clean as the food I eat, I still had a lot of detoxifying to do. Okay, so we're going to, do the practice. The 2 main ways we tap, and again, it's real simple. We tap our lungs, we do the lung sound. We tap our kidneys, we do the kidney sound. Liver with the liver sound. Heart, spleen, and then the 3 cauldrons, head, heart, and belly. And you're just combining the 6 healing sounds. And you'll see this on the video itself, but when you want to work on more of a physical thing, like you want to work more physicality, you hit harder. When you're dealing more with the emotions, which are the subtle expression of the elements, case in point, water. The physical expression of water is water. The subtle emotional expression of that would be calmness, when the organ is in balance, or fear. Too much contraction, too much cold is fear. When you're working more with the emotional level, you would just kind of a little more gentle. You would just kind of more tap with your fingertips. So those 2 main ways I do this practice are with my fists, when I'm working more physically, like energy-wise, I need to strengthen my kidneys, or more gentle if it's more of an emotional thing, which I'll get into on the video itself. But that should be enough context to get you cooking of why we're tapping. Oh, one last thing. You can do this in a chair. You can. So if you're really low energy, whatever, and you just want to get your tapping, and you can lay down or sit down. But I recommend it, as it was taught to me by Taoist Master Montauk Chia, in a horse stance, because then your structure is solid and you'll get a lot more energy. When your structure is aligned right, you get energy from the structure, versus poor posture where you lose energy. So for this video, the full on where we teach it, I'm going to be in horse stance. So do tune in, check it out, and see how you feel. And this will really activate your organs and detox both. It's activating and detoxifying both. So thank you for your attention, and I hope to see you on the full-length video, 6 healing sounds with Immunity Qigong. you.